Previously on Balls.
Stuart.
I've been here. I've been listening to you all the time, Neal.
Stuart Baxter, it's great to get you on, mate. Stuart, I had a chat with Roger just now. Roger, obviously, his exhausted troops in camp. Good win for them last night, but equally for Kaiser Chiefs. I thought a fascinating game against Free State Stars. I loved every minute of it. It was a cracking game. Stuart, how are you shaping up for this derby, mate?
Okay, apart from we have an injury to Knowledge Masono that doesn't look like it's going to be. It's not going to be giving him many peace for the next couple of weeks, so he's going to be out. But Shabba's back in full training, and everybody else is raring to go. Right,
mate. That's exactly the two questions that I want to ask you. As a dislocator of many shoulders in my time, I know that you can't risk a dislocated shoulder straight away because it'll go straight back out again. Remember the Brian Robson saga with England years ago?
Yes, exactly.
You can't mess about with a dislocated shoulder.
And we are looking also at a small fracture, I think. So the medical people will give me a complete update, but all I know is forget about him for the derby.
Yeah, got that. Okay, mate. Listen, so what will you do up front?
Well, we've got a few options. Major's back in full training. Kingston, I thought, was very lively in midweek. We can move Bernard up to the number 9 position and bring C in behind him. We can do a few little things, but we're going to go out and train in about another 5 minutes, Neal. So we're going to work on a couple of things there and see how the results are, and then we'll make a final decision tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. You got Carter, you got Parker. Sorry, did you with Major, with Leslanola Majoro? Is he fit to play?
He is, yeah. He's been in full training now. He's trained the last 2 sessions, so he's had this niggly groin injury and it was not 100%, so we didn't risk him. So now we've got him back, and obviously that will be a good option for us.
Brilliant. I mean, a lot of people might have been asking about that. With Knowledge, dodgy. Will Major come back? That's brilliant to hear. All right, mate. Listen, I thought Ntumalenkune once more in your penalty shootout showed us that it got to be one of the premier goalkeepers in Africa. I mean, what's he like in training, Stuart? When you deal with him in training, is he up there all the time at that level?
It's a very very good example for all the other players. You see him as a good goalkeeper, and I see him as a good captain as well, Neal.
Yes,
I mean,
yes, of course.
His performances in training are at that level. He pushes himself. He's this good because he's this good in training. He trains every day as if it's his last training. He works really, really hard, and I think it doesn't surprise me when we go in. Of course you're happy about his saves, but it doesn't surprise me. Afterwards, I look back and I say to myself, "Well, why were you surprised that he saved the first 2? Why are you surprised? Because he does that in training, and he throws himself into where you wouldn't really want him to throw himself into in training. You say, let's save that for the game, for goodness sake. But that is why he makes those saves, because he pushes himself, and he sets his standards high. And I think you say he's probably one of the best in Africa. I would say he's probably the outstanding goalkeeper in Africa. And I would be throwing the net a bit wider and saying, well, let's have a look who's better than him in Europe. And I mean, I think he's starting to be that competitive because he's got the attitude to match his talent. And if there's any young kids listening, and they do have talent, remember he's not where he is on talent alone. He pushes himself, and he sets his standards high, and that's just as important.
Absolutely, mate. I mean, obviously, one of your fears has to be that even though he's been around a while and he's been provided as number 1 for a long time, there must be Premier League sides look at a penalty shootout like that. They'll get a video from someone, and I know who they are. And you will be looking at pressure, I would have thought, at the end of the season, if not in January transfer window. Comfort my producer is an Orlando Pirates fan, so obviously he's agreeing that
he's on as we speak, he's on the phone to several professional clubs in Europe. I can hear him talk in the background.
I was actually hearing that this week. I was speaking to a few agents, and it did look that way. Stuart, listen, I'm going to let you get to training. Great, good luck. I can't say the same to Roger and Stuart. Good luck. Hope the Soweto derby is a goal fest. That's what I hope for. We've seen lots of goals in South Africa this week. Stuart, go out there, do your best, and enjoy it. Cheers, mate. Thanks, Stuart.
Bye.
Well, how good is that, guys? Only in South Africa do you get the 2 coaches of the biggest sides expecting the 90,000 crowd at the weekend. Only in South Africa would you get them both happy to talk. And not just to talk comfort, but, to talk in a relaxed and easygoing way and tell us that Knowledge Masono is indeed out, as we expected he would be. with his dislocated shoulder. But Leotlanola Majoro is back. And a lot of people have been talking about him, the ex-Amazulu top scorer, pretty sharp in front of goal, maybe push Bernard Parker up, and even the under pressure in Carter could be featuring in that derby on Saturday. And as Roger told us, Lucky Lakwati, the controversially dropped 37-year-old captain at Orlando Pirates, also available. They're all training, they're all available except Knowledge Masona. And that will be a blow for Chiefs. There's no question of that. Knowledge is just getting into his stride. Great equalising goal in the Telcom.
This is Balls Visual Radio.